Welcome to Loan Officer Team Training. We're going to talk today about 3 things to do to have way less stress as a loan officer. The number 1 thing is to block your time for your most important activity. That's building and strengthening relationships, because they will refer you if you do that. We don't want a roller coaster. You don't want to be having great month, 1 month, and then you work so hard on the loans that you don't end up having a great month the next month or the month after that, because you stepped away from blocking out your time to do the activities that are bringing in the business. So the number 1 thing is to block your time for your most important activity. Treat it like an appointment. It's the most important appointment you're going to have all day long. So that's the first thing. And what do we do during that time? We make outbound phone calls to people that we know, build and strengthen those relationships. And we also write handwritten notes to those people, same people, our sphere of influence, people that we know, our referral partners, our clients, our team, anybody that we can think of that will refer us loans. And we do it because we want to let people know how awesome they are. Not just because we want to write a note to somebody, but because we want to make sure that they understand that we value them and how important they are to us. That's how you build relationships. The other thing that we do during that time is to meet with people in person. People, real estate agents, if you're a loan officer, real estate agents, title reps, insurance agents, all kinds of people that can refer you business. Those 3 things, outbound calls, face-to-face appointments or Zoom meetings, and handwritten notes, those are what's going to bring business in and strengthen the relationships that you have. The second thing, don't do everything yourself. Utilize your team. And a lot of loan officers think, nobody can do it like I can. My clients need me. They want to talk to me. If you build your team properly, they won't have to talk to you every single time, because they just want to make sure that their loan is done right and that you have capable, amazing team members that will help you with that. You don't want them to wait for you. You want them to be able to get immediate help. So that's number 2, is don't do everything yourself. Remember, your loan partner is critical to your success. They are an extension of you. And they're not only great at doing loans, but they're great for dealing with people. They are a great representation of who you are. Get the right person who not only knows how to do loans, or you're going to train to do loans, but they love to support you. They love being a team player. They love taking great care of clients. And it's important to them, just as important to them as it is to you. Make sure they're a team player. Make sure that they are a culture fit for your team, that they represent you well, and they know how to do loans. Our next loan partner and support staff WOW training starts on Thursday, March 16th. It's a live virtual class where everyone is on camera and audio, and it's very interactive. We connect with team members and go deep with ways to wow clients and referral partners by delivering an amazing experience so they only want to work with your team. It's a 10-hour class, but since we're on Zoom, we break it up into 2.5 hours per day on a Thursday and Friday, and the same thing the following week. So sign up your team member at loanteamtraining.com. And if you'd like to schedule a strategy session with us to discuss which of our classes would be a good fit for your team member, go to talktothetrainers.com and we'll be happy to set that up. The third thing is make sure they attend training courses, even if they're already amazing. You go to events, you get trained, you get motivated, they need it too. It rejuvenates them. Remember, many are remote. They're feeling isolated, working alone. They don't have people to talk to all day long like you do in an office. That can work to everyone's advantage because you get more work done, but it can also make people feel isolated. So those are my 3 tips today. Block your time for your most important activity. build and strengthen relationships, and do it on a schedule, and do it with intention as an appointment in your calendar. Number 2, don't do everything yourself. Nobody can do it like me is an old saying. Don't say it anymore. Get the right team with the right attitude, with the right ability to talk to clients, and then just make sure that they are a culture fit and they're a good representation of you. Number 3, make sure they attend training, formal training, even if they're already amazing. You go to events to get trained, they need it too. It will rejuvenate them to be around other people who are in the same industry they are. Thank you for listening today. I know your time is valuable, and I appreciate you spending it with me today. If you've enjoyed this, can you do me a favor and share it with other loan officers? If you would you please leave us a 5-star review and let us know your takeaway from these 3 tips that you received today? And it will help more people see the podcast. You know, listening to a podcast is great, but the real impact to you and your business is in putting it into practice. So I have an idea for you. I would like you to share with me one takeaway that you had from these 3 tips. What was one thing that really stood out to you today that you can go back to your business and implement? Please feel free to share it with us by texting us your takeaway at 480-550-8696 or email it to Irene and Kevin at Loan Team Training. We would sure appreciate you sharing your takeaway with us. Today, I'd like to share with you a review from our Facebook page at Loan Team Training. Tony Moore and his wife, Michelle, have sent several people to our training, and this is what he said about it. This is a great class for new people to the industry or a mortgage team that is struggling on how to increase morale with the process and also customer service. I recommend anyone that wants to improve their success in the mortgage industry to take this course. Thank you, Tony. I sure appreciate that. And thank you, Michelle, for your trust in training your staff with us.